Hello, everyone. Mary here. Welcome to episode 14 of The Keto Coach. This week, I want to talk about what are the characteristics of committed people. Years ago, and for many years, I was a senior sales director for a cosmetics company, and it was part of my job to I don't know, motivate, encourage people. And I was going through some things that I had in my office that I desperately need to clean up. And I came across this handout that I used to use with my team. And it's so much of it totally applies to keto and reaching our health and weight goals. So I want to talk about that today. What are the characteristics of committed people? First of all, have you committed to keto and your goals, or do you still just think about it all the time? So the whatever answer you give to that question is what is going to make the difference between reaching your goal and just reaching your goal like for real, or possibly, one fictitious day in the future reaching it. You want to make your goals happen. So you need to think about the things that are keeping you from making the commitments to reach your goal. Do you feel overwhelmed? Are you afraid of something? Are you unable to get going again because you've tried in the past and you failed? I mean, I think we've all done the diet thing, like, over and over for years and years. And if I'd have, when I heard of keto, if I were to say, oh, I've tried to lose weight before, I give up. If I'd have done that, I can't even imagine like where I would be. So there's plenty of reasons why we stay stuck in one place, and we need to give ourselves permission to try again, to go for it, to go for our dreams and our goals. And you don't know what you can accomplish until you give it a real shot, not a half-hearted attempt like we may have in the past, but really being committed. You have no idea how powerful you really are. One of the reasons that I share my story and my experiences is because I'm not unique. Anybody who wants to accomplish their goals can do it. There's nothing special about me. I just committed because I really wanted it, and that's all you need to do too, is just commit. If you really let that in, you can become unstoppable. And that's how I feel. I feel unstoppable. There's nobody that's going to derail me. I know what I want, and I'm going for it, and that's that. And you can be the same way. So what do you do? The answer is simple. You have to say what you're committed to. You need to, I would, write down your goals. You must have a reason to do what you want to do, or you won't do it. You have to have a reason. You have to know your why. What is it that you're trying to accomplish? For me, I wanted to be healthy. I wanted to run around in the backyard with my son without, dying within 3 minutes and having to quit and go back inside and, tell my kid, sorry, mommy's tired. I can't breathe. Blah, blah. That's the reality of what it was. And so I wanted to be healthy so that I could experience life with my youngest son, who was the only one I had left at home. I wanted to get off meds. I wanted to feel better. I wanted to look better. And I wanted that no matter what. I was willing to do whatever it took. I got committed. So that's what we're talking about. How can you get committed? So here's 7 characteristics of committed people. 1, committed people make commitments. That seems so obvious, right? They stick with their commitments and go for their goals because they said they would. They're, people of their word. Their words, the words like maybe, should, I should do this, or I can't. Those words aren't existent in their vocabulary. A second characteristic of committed people is that they believe they can actually fulfill their commitments, that they can reach their goals and accomplish their dreams. They can visualize the finish line. I did this a lot. I still do it. But when I started the process, I kept thinking, what does Mary look like at goal? What does Mary's life look like at a normal weight? And I pictured myself going on bike rides with my son and chasing a ball with him around the yard and being able to, I pictured myself running, even though I hated running, but I thought that's something I could do if I was a normal weight. So I visualized everything, and my belief was so strong that I, not accomplishing my goal wasn't even part of the equation. Like, I didn't even think about not accomplishing it. I set my mind to it, and that was what I was going to do. A third characteristic of committed people are they say what they're committed to. They tell people. Now, I didn't in the beginning this time around really say much to anybody because I had a track record. I had a track record of saying, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And it never happened. Like, I would lose a little bit, and then I would, I'd get stuck and frustrated, or I'd get tired of counting calories and tired of, just of it all. And I would just say, screw it. I'm going to just eat what I want. I'm doomed to be fat. And that's that. So I had a track record. And so I really didn't say anything at the beginning, but once I started to get results and my resolve, became stronger, I, just started telling people what I was doing. It's really important to have proper language. It's amazing what we can accomplish when we speak out loud what we're doing. When we speak our commitments out loud, it really solidifies it for us, and we feel more committed because, oh my gosh, now we've told somebody, and we don't want to continue. I didn't want to continue to look foolish by one more time not doing what I said I was going to do. The fourth characteristic of committed people are committed people invest in their commitments. They invest time, they invest money and energy. So investing time into your goals, into keto, that means spending time doing research, asking questions, talking to other successful people. The money investment, it may mean getting books, getting memberships to websites, maybe investing in coaching, or the food, buying the food that needs to be bought instead of, taking the easy way. So it's time, money, and energy goes into their commitments, and their commitments are so important that they rework their lives around them. This is what I did. There were certain things that I had to give up. I used to watch TV every night, and I was addicted to General Hospital since I was 11 years old, and I have not watched it in over 2 years, and that's because I could not sit down at night in front of the TV without eating. I tried, and it was, sitting in front of the TV and eating was so ingrained to me that it was like physically painful for me not to eat. So I thought, what am I going to do? I can't watch TV. I've got to find something else to do. And so I gave up watching TV. I have no idea what's going on with Luke Spencer and Robert Scorpio and all. I have no idea. And I kind of miss it, but I don't miss sitting there in front of the TV eating. So committed people rework their lives around their goals and their dreams. You do whatever you have to do to make it happen. And if that means sacrifice and giving some things up, then that's what you do. A fifth characteristic of committed people are realistic about their commitments. They give themselves permission to be flexible. They give themselves, they allow themselves grace with setbacks. Now, I don't mean like you cheat and, it's okay. You pat yourself, it's okay, but you do recognize that you might have setbacks, meaning you might have a stall. Maybe a medical issue might come up. You might make mistakes. Like, you might think, we've all seen this. We go to a restaurant and you eat something off the menu that you think is okay, and then afterwards you look up the nutrition information and you realize, holy cow, there was 60 carbs in that. So you just understand that there is going to be setbacks, and you don't what is that analogy? Like if you have a flat tire, you don't go, giving yourself 3 other flats just because you have the one flat. No, you fix the one flat and you move on. So it's like that. You have to, just have some grace with yourself. Realize that you will make mistakes and setbacks, and every day is a new opportunity to learn something new about this whole, keto thing. A 6th characteristic of committed people is committed people form a bond with their commitments. Their commitments become part of who they are. It's not just something they're trying to accomplish on the side. It's ingrained in us. It's like we live and breathe, like I eat, sleep, and breathe keto. And to some people that might sound ridiculous, but and I don't know that it'll always feel that I'll always feel so passionate. I can't imagine not feeling passionate about it, but I, eat, sleep, and breathe keto. Like I know that in my heart of hearts and 100% that it is the answer for the majority of people battling food addiction and sugar addiction, and who feel like they're in a prison of food, and they're in bondage to the addiction. Keto is the answer. So I have formed a bond with my commitment, and you make it a part of your life. It's not something you have to do or should be doing. You do it because you want it so badly. And that's why you do it. It becomes second nature. It's not anything you have to think about. It's just who you are. And the 7th characteristic of committed people is they're passionate. I kind of jumped the gun on the last one, 6 and 7. They're passionate. The committed person's passion touches, moves, and inspires people around them, and their passion comes through all the way to the end. So just make the commitments necessary to reach your goals. Write your goals down. Want it so bad that you're willing to do whatever it takes. Be a woman of your word or a man of your word. And when you say you're going to do something, you're going to accomplish something, you do it. And you make sure that everything you do is moving you in the direction toward your goal. Be committed. Be one of those committed people. That's all for this week. I hope you have a great keto week, and I'll see you for episode 15.